Hey everybody. So today I want to talk about Auston Matthews, or more specifically, ask a question about Auston Matthews, because so far this season he has clearly been the best goal scorer in the NHL and has a ridiculous 18 goals already on the NHL season. So my question is, can Auston Matthews score 50 goals in this shortened 56 game season here in 2021? Before we get into it, I just ask that you please subscribe if you are new and hit that thumbs up button if you haven't yet. Both of those things help out the channel a ton and are greatly appreciated. But normally we're asking, is anybody going to score 50 goals in a regular 82 game season? But now this year, scoring is up yet again, and Matthews has 18 goals through 20 games played for the Toronto Maple Leafs, giving him a legitimate shot at scoring 50 goals in this shortened season. Now, Matthews has missed one game because of injury, and obviously any time missed is going to take a significant hit at this very improbable feat happening that obviously is going to be really tough to get to begin with. And is certainly he's going to have to keep this pace up over the course of the entire year. But if you look at Auston Matthews' goal scoring pace so far in the 2021 season, he has 18 goals in 20 games played. If you do the math on that, out over 55 games played, which is the maximum that Matthews would be able to play because he did miss that one game earlier this season, he is on pace for 49 and a half goals this season. Obviously, you can't have half of a goal, but he is right on that line of potentially hitting 50 goals in 55 games played if this scoring pace continues the entire rest of the year. And another 2-goal game or another hat trick for Matthews, and pace-wise, he will go over the pace needed to score 50 goals this season. So it's really been a remarkable year for Auston Matthews in the goal scoring department. Like I said, he's clearly been the best goal scorer in the league. He has the league leading goals by 4 over Connor McDavid, who has played 22 games. So he's played a couple more games than he is at 14 goals. Matthews has been the best scorer so far and the leader for the Rocket Richard Trophy this season. So I never expected to be asking this question legitimately. Like, normally we're just lucky to have a 50-goal guy in a normal regular season in 82 games. We're happy when somebody hits 50 goals there. But now looking at the numbers, at least so far, we have a legitimate chance to see somebody score 50 goals in 55 games, which is a scoring pace that we have not seen in the NHL in a long, long time. That really is pretty nuts to think about. I mean, back in the day, in the 80s and 90s, players were able to do that. Players were able to score 50 goals in 50 games. Some players did 50 goals in less than 50 games, but that was a different era of the NHL. That was a much more wide open, high scoring era of the NHL, whereas for the past 25 years or so, we've seen much tighter defensive play, we've seen goaltending get significantly better, and we've seen scoring really drop off from where it was back in the 80s and early 90s. Now, recently, the last 4 or 5 years, scoring has really started to go up again, and it's been very high again this season. We're seeing huge point totals. We're seeing big goal scoring totals from multiple players around the league. So scoring is going back up in the NHL, but to have the ability to score 50 goals in this short of a season, the fact that we're even talking about this is crazy in my mind. Now, is it likely to happen? Is Auston Matthews going to do it? Probably not. Does he have a chance to do it? Absolutely. And the math points to that. The numbers right now point to him being right on that 50-goal line if he's able to keep this pace up all year long. And Auston Matthews is an elite sniper in the NHL. He plays on a very good offensive team. He plays a ton of minutes every night. I think he plays close to 22 minutes a night for the Leafs. He's their number one center. He's a guy that is going to have every opportunity to put the puck in the net at this pace over the course of the entire year. Now, it's going to be very, very hard for him to do that. Like I said, he's been on a ridiculous pace to start this season. And I would not be surprised if he goes through a slump at some point throughout the year, or if at least for a couple weeks, things kind of slow down a little bit for Auston Matthews. And if that happens, it's going to be really hard for him to hit this, because you have to be almost perfect all year long to hit 50 goals in 55 games. It's just very, very unlikely to happen. But I do think Matthews deserves a ton of credit for even being close to this and being at the pace that he is at right now. And obviously, if he is able to pull this feat off, it will be absolutely insane. Like, he'll easily win the Rocket Richard. And you'd probably have to put him in the MVP discussion, maybe even the MVP favorite, if he's able to do something like that, because it's just insane. It's numbers that we haven't seen in the NHL in a long, long time. Again, we're usually happy when somebody hits 50 goals normal season, never mind now in a shortened year. And again, Matthews isn't even playing the full 56 games. He's playing a maximum of 55 because he's already missed one game already. So it's nuts how well he's been playing, how many goals he's scored already with 18 goals in 20 games. And he does have a legitimate chance at hitting 50 goals in 55 games this season. Is he going to do it? I wouldn't bet on it. I think he's going to finish probably somewhere between 45 and 48. I do think at some point over the course of the year, he might slow down a little bit, and that will stop him from hitting 50. But I do expect him to be in the mid to high 40s this year, which is a huge accomplishment in amongst itself in such a shortened season. And Matthews has been absolutely outstanding this season. So I just wanted to give him a ton of credit, and I wanted to ask you guys if you think Matthews will score 50 this year in this season, even though it's a shortened year. Right now, his pace is just short of it. He's right on that line of scoring 49 or 50, but he would have to keep up this pace or better over the course of the entire season to actually hit this mark, which I think is going to be really tough to do. But you can never count out Auston Matthews. He's so good of a goal scorer. You really can't count him out. He at least has a chance to do it so far this season. But I just wanted to talk about Matthews a little bit and pose that question to you guys. I think it'd be something fun to talk about in the comment section, if he's going to get to 50 or not. But it's been an unbelievable start to the season for him. So with that, like, comment, share, subscribe, follow on social media. All those links are in the description. If you'd like to further support the channel, the links to our Patreon, merchandise store, and donation link are in the description as well. Keep spreading the word about this channel. Let's keep this thing growing. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll talk to you guys soon.